Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and today we are going to discuss about Deloitte NLA 2026 previously asked interview questions. So I know many of you have completed your online assessment and I hope you did well. So today we are here to prepare for the interview. So basically, in any interview, the first question is gonna be tell me about yourself. This is not just a question. This is gonna set the tone for the entire interview. So you need to be confident at this question and don't just ramble about your resume. Try to tell about your role and project your skills, and you need to prove your skills by explaining your projects. Don't go too deep into your projects, that you can again cover in the further questions. So just tell what was your role in the project and how you delivered it. Show confidence and be relevant to the role you're applying to. And once we are done with the first question, the the interviewer is going to go on to resume based questions. So what are resume based questions? So interviewer will have your resume in his hand. So mostly will be asking project related questions like what was your role in this project, what technologies you used, and why did you use this specific technology, like why not that one, why not this one, like why MySQL, why not PostgreSQL. So yes, these kind of questions. You need to be ready. You need to go thoroughly throughout your projects, and it's better to have live links. Sometimes interviewer says, "Show me, open this project and show it to me." And when it's done, he might also ask you about some skills like Java based questions. What is Java compiler? How is Java code compiled? He will not go into much deep, but just he wants to get a surface level understanding of you. And once we are done with that, like he may ask about your academic background, like how much is your CGPA, and if it's too low, he might ask why is it so low? What did you do? Like he just wants to test your attitude, test your confidence. But you don't need to get faltered by it. You need to showcase your strengths in these questions. Like why is your CGPA so low? You don't need to get motivated, demotivated at that point. You need to tell like I was busy preparing for such programming contest like lead code contest and code forces contest that I did not focus much on my academics, but I covered it up and presently my CGPA is so and so. Once that is done, we will go with object oriented programming. These questions are asked in most of the interviews. The first question is going to be definitely what are the four pillars of OOPS, like inheritance, encapsulation, polymorphism, and abstraction. So he might ask you to tell about some real world example of OOPS. Write some sample code for any one pillar of OOPS, like constructors, polymorphism, super keyword, this keyword. So many questions about OOPS. He might ask the mostly asked questions. You can search on Google like what are the most asked OOPS questions. Once we are done with the OOPS, we'll go with core subjects. So since many of you would be from computer science background or CS allied branches, so DBMS is a must. Database management and SQL. So you will be asked what is database, SQL versus no SQL, ACID properties, normalization, and you can see questions. He will definitely ask you to write SQL queries like what is the second highest, how do you get the second highest salary, how do you get the third highest, how do you get like people from this department who are employed and how many people are employed, using joins and like keywords in just some basic questions to understand your SQL skills, and primary key, foreign key, and all. And I'll some questions about OS and computer networks, like basic. What is a deadlock? How do you resolve a deadlock? What is computer network? How is internet? How does internet work? Like they don't ask how does internet work, but what is IP address, OSI model, and some most commonly asked questions. Once these are done, he might ask you behavioral questions. He wants to test your attitude, like would you be fit in the company's culture or not. So we'll see what are your strengths and weaknesses, and a time when you succeeded in doing something, a time when you failed at doing something, like why should we hire you, why do you want to work at Deloitte, some these kind of questions. And the interview would go on for some 15 to 20 minutes, not much. And once that's done, like he will ask, do you have any questions? And you should not say I do not have any questions. You should definitely ask some questions like about companies, work culture, or HR culture, like work expectations, like what expectations a company have from a new joinee, like what skills will you be working on, what technologies will you be working on at the company. Such kind of questions you need to ask them, and they will answer. They'll definitely answer your questions. So yeah, this is it. This is most like how your Deloitte interview will go. It will go on for 15 to 20 minutes. It's mostly easy to moderate, and you can definitely crack it. Just be confident and smile. Thank you.